Oh, hey there, interwebs! The desk. I like to think that it takes a special kind of person to experience their private moments of weirdness and go, let's share this with the world! But in reality, it probably just takes a special breed of insanity. I guess it's a good thing I'm aware of it. 2 things today. 1, laughs. Strange laughs and laughing at yourself. And 2, talking to myself as a sort of response to a video that I saw recently.
I did want to let you all know that I have a few different videos filmed right now, just none of them are done being edited because it's a lot easier to slip in, oh, I'm going to film a video today than it is to sit down and be like, I'm going to edit a video right now. It makes sense for the people who make money off of their YouTube videos to faithfully schedule time, like, yes, I will do this no matter what, because it's part of their income, or their whole income for some of them, but when it's just a hobby, guys, it's a hobby, it's not a hobby, it's a hobby. What am I doing? Progression.
So a few minutes ago, I was reading an article on my computer, and something in the article made me go, I want to do a handstand. And so I went and I did a handstand, and it didn't go very well. And as I fell out of the handstand, I started laughing at myself, and the laugh came out something like laughing as an example is really awkward. And then I really listened to my laugh, and I realized,
well, we realize you have those moments of realization, and it's a realization you've had before, but it goes away until it comes back again, and you realize again that you've noticed this thing multiple times, but you keep forgetting about it.
And that moment this time was that I have a lot of really strange laughs. And I think that I keep them to a minimum when I'm around strangers. How many of you guys have these too? Like the really goofy, odd laughs that either happen when you're by yourself or when you're with people that you like know really well and they either don't judge you, or if they are judging you, they hide it really well. Yeah, they probably just hide it really well in my case because my laughs are all over the place. So I would encourage you all, if you've never really listened to your laugh before, like, listen to it sometime. There are a few things that make me happier out in public than when I hear a laugh in the distance that is just so funny or so ridiculous that I have to go, who did that? Who is that? Who is laughing like that? Because it makes me so happy. And yes, there are sometimes laughs that you're like, oh boy, do you know what you sound like? Do you know what you sound like? But most of the time, they just make you laugh, and it just increases the joy, and it's a good thing. Yeah. Hair is open. I only have 2 more weeks before I get to shave my armpits. It's really strange. Like, I'm looking forward to it, but I've gotten to the point now where, like, this doesn't bother me at all. I feel totally comfortable with having my hands in the air. I just don't care. Which feels really good. It's been empowering. I'm hitting my chair, sorry. Don't know what to do with all the limbs. All the limbs. There's definitely a little like sect of YouTubers who spend a lot of their videos questioning their own normalcy or lack thereof. And I think I definitely fall into that group, even though I'm in the unknown sector within the sector. But like, well, probably the most well-known one of all of them is Dan Howell. Dan is Not on Fire. Like, he makes videos fairly often where he talks about one of his own little oddities, and he's like, is this just me? And people will comment below, and they're like, no, I do this too! And then they'll talk about it. It's not really the same thing. Oh man, like there was a video he made recently that was about how he has conversations with himself, and he was giving examples of people who've said, oh yeah, me too, and they talking about themselves in the 3rd person, or talking to their pets or their plants, or no. And he said, no, that is not talking with yourself. I get it. I really do. Mine though is like conversations with invisible people, like there are times when I'll do something or think something and then my brain will immediately jump to like, how would this person react to what you just thought or what you just did? And then in my brain, I start hearing what they would say to me, and then I start responding to what they would say to me out loud. But it's really just my brain coming up with what I think they would say. And sometimes they're not real people. Sometimes they're people I know, but other times they're fictional people. Seriously, it would be like, wow, what would Ender Wiggins say to you right now for what you just did? And that's what I respond to. How would Severus Snape respond to that? Ugh. Like, I have literally listened to Professor McGonagall chew me out in my own head and then like apologized to her out loud and tried to give an explanation and realized the whole time that she was just glaring at me. It doesn't feel nice, but I've done it. So yeah, I definitely get how it feels. So yes, I do all the normal things too, like talking to my cat. I do that. Talking to inanimate objects. I do that too. And talking about myself in the third person, questioning, Audrey, why did you just do that? Like, yeah, I do that too. But it also turns into actual conversations with myself sometimes, and sometimes it's like alternate reality Audrey, but more often it's somebody else who's not really there. I need to finish this up. So, you can talk about your strange laughs below, you can talk about your strange conversations with yourself below, you can talk about whether or not you have them out loud with yourself below. Ooh, and I have Instagram now, so I will put a link to that below. And so you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Pinterest, even though I'm not very good at being Pinteresting anymore. Sorry about that. Thanks for coming back to my pointless channel. I love you all like I love dreams about Hogwarts, and I'll see you all later. Bye!